In a world filled with sniveling snowflakes, where timeouts and safe places are abundant, where there's 37 genders to scroll through on a job application. Not that they have jobs. We're proud to be your salvation and your beacon to unabashed, in-your-face talk. This is Stars, Bars, and Cigars, the no-holds-barred conservative talk show hosted by battle-tested vets. Lock and load and get ready for an explosive journey through breaking news, the rich tapestry of constitutional history, and the pulse-pounding realities of Army and Navy life. Oh, and yeah, cigars. Stars, Bars, and Cigars. And now your hosts, Jimmy the Bull and Tig Tigger.
Hey, Patriots and Snowflakes. Tig, how are you?
Doing good, Bill. Bull.
Yeah.
How Bull. Can't talk tonight. All right. How the hell are you, Bull?
I'm doing good.
All right.
Hey, tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the ATS of 1959. If you don't know what that is, that's the Antarctic Treaty. So stay tuned. We got quite a bit of stuff to go over, and we'll get through it. But first, what are you smoking, Tig?
Well, I got the Jamie Garcia Reserva Special, if you can see that right there. It's a Toro.
Yeah.
It's a Toro. It's by My Father Cigars. It's got a Nicaraguan filler, Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. It's full-bodied flavor. Flavors of leather and cocoa and earthly tones and black pepper. It's got about a 5-star rating, so this is no slouch. Slouch.
No slouch. No slouch.
It is supposed to be a damn good cigar.
Yeah. Cool.
So if I can keep it lit once again.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. You gonna ask me?
After I light my cigar. All righty. Bull, what the hell are you smoking? Oh, it's a CAO, isn't it?
CAO. It's a FASO. And this is the other one from my 2-part smokes that I was telling you about from the last show. This one here is the Noche. Now, this one here, okay, the first one I smoked was day. That was SOL. That'd be sun. And this is Noche, which is night. So it's day and night. So this one here, they're saying is a little more bold. It's going to have more, a little more flavors from what I'm understanding. So I'm going to light it up here. I just wanted to show everybody the second band because it does come with the second band. And it's a Toro. It's a 6x50 ring gauge. It's a nice
cool
stick.
It's kind of cool looking, that little band on the end.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's pretty cool. It's a nice looking stick.
It's like a puzzle, man. It connects with the top wrapper.
Yep.
So,
I like that.
Pretty decent.
Yeah, I picked up a AJ Fernandez Bull cigar, so I'm gonna be smoking that one on our next episode.
It's called Bull, huh?
Called Bull. Yep.
A bull smoking a bull.
Bull smoking bull.
All right.
Let me get this lit.
Good. Before we go into our main topic, you know what I want to talk about, don't you, Bo? Yeah. So whenever you're ready, I will start on that.
All right, dig on in, man.
All right. As people may know, Friday, March 21st, legendary heavyweight boxing champion George Foreman died. I grew up watching this boxer. He did retire for quite a while, 10 years. And then
the Grill Meister.
Yeah. Well, and everybody knows him from the George Foreman Grill. He was a preacher. He set up a church in Texas, found Jesus Christ. And so he did that too. Well, then he made his comeback into boxing kind of late, and ended up winning, and I'm winning a heavyweight title a couple times again since then. He boxed up until he's like 49 years old. One of the most powerful punchers ever to hit the heavyweight boxing scene. I mean, he lost in his prime when he was undefeated to Muhammad Ali, which there's no shame in that, of course. And, you know, he went on to beat some bigger players in the game. I mean, he, you know, when he won his heavyweight title when he was young, he had beaten the likes of Joe Frazier and Kenny Norton. In 1968, he won a gold medal for the Olympics. He said, you know, no other place in the United States could this be possible. He said it's the greatest country in the world. He thanked the veterans that, you know, fought and died before him and everything. And, you know, was just really thankful, a patriot as far as, you know, his country went. There's just so much that can be said about George Foreman. I mean, I grew up watching all these fights with my grandfather, all these heavyweight fights. I watched Muhammad Ali on the tail end of his career. And I grew up watching George Foreman, of course. And I watched him till to the end of his career too. So, you know, it means a lot. I mean, not only was he a great fighter, but he was a great person as well. He also had a good sense of humor. And like I said, I fought silver gloves, golden gloves. In fact, I fought my last amateur fight for the United States Boxing Association when I was 29, when I fought in the golden gloves for the last time. So yeah, I'm a big boxing fan. I don't like today's boxing. I find it kind of crappy, but I digress on that. The old school 70s, 80s boxers were the greatest you'll ever see. And that's my opinion, but a lot would agree with me. Tribute to a wonderful man and a wonderful boxer, George Foreman, ironically died at the age of 76, and in his career, he had 76 wins.
Pretty
76
incredible.
boxing wins. So the age he died at matched the number of wins he had in his boxing career. And that's all I got to say about that. Just awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, George Foreman, he's pretty awesome. I mean, even, you know, in his later time, you know, days, he was like totally into his grill, and, you know, the George Foreman grill, and, you know, that's what I think a lot of people, you know, really took notice of George Foreman in the name.
He loved burgers and steaks.
Yeah, and, you know, a lot of people didn't really, you know him as well back in his boxing career. So I think it's, you know, it's cool that you brought this up, and, you know, he died, you know, so we're just acknowledging him, and I think it's pretty awesome. So
yeah, he won he won the heavyweight title like 3 or 4 times. So, you know, he was one of the great ones. You know, you put him up there with Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. What was the other one that fought? Kenny Norton was another one he's gone to. You know, Mike Tyson had good things to say about him, of course, too.
of course, yeah.
And you know, Larry Holmes is still alive, of course. He was another big one. And mainly Larry Holmes, though, was from the 80s. These guys were from the 60s and 70s. The 70s mainly. The 70s, you had, you know, it was always Joe Frazier, George Foreman, Kenny Norton, Muhammad Ali. Those were the Fab Four, you know, in the 70s. Those were the heavy hitters, the the great boxers. And, you know, like I said, you know, had not Foreman, had he not lost to Muhammad Ali that time, had he beaten Muhammad Ali, he might have went on to be considered the greatest of all time. I mean, Muhammad Ali is considered the greatest of all time by many. George Foreman's on a high list there, you know, with the Rocky Marcianos, of course, also older school boxers before that for heavyweight champions. But, you know, like I said, if George Foreman in that fight that they had in Zaire, Africa, if George Foreman defeats Muhammad Ali back in, I think it was 74, if he beats him, you know, if he beats Muhammad Ali, he may go on to have a even better career, and he may end up being considered the greatest of all time. It's just that loss to Ali kind of changed things, you know.
Right. What's some early impressions on your cigar there, Tig?
Oh, I could taste the black pepper in it and some of the leather. Some people might not like this cigar. I mean, it's not for your beginners. It's a pretty heavy duty cigar, full flavor. It's got a lot of punch to it. Speaking of punches and heavy hitters,
Yeah.
it's a heavy hitting cigar. It's you know, ironically, it's George Foreman.
Yeah.
It's got a punch to it. It's got a heavy flavor.
Yeah, I smoked one of those not too long ago. I'm thinking maybe a couple months ago or whatnot. But yeah, from what I remember, that was a real full-bodied cigar and really not a beginner's type cigar. So
Oh, it's heavy.
yeah.
It's a heavy cigar. Yeah.
My cigar
Yours is a
here-
KO. It should be great.
yeah, KO's, yeah, like we said before, I mean, they're just incredible cigars, and this one is this is not this one's not disappointing at all. This one here, I'm starting to get some flavors of, like, I don't know, kind of like a spice, almost like I don't know, kind of like a raisiny spice.
Really?
When I'm kind of tasting, yeah, it's interesting. They did use several blends as far as the filler. So it's a Dominican, Nicaragua, Estella, and Jalapa. So, it's got several different fillers to it.
Well, I mentioned on our last podcast that a lot of your really good tasting cigars nowadays, they're using a hybrid of fillers now. They're mixing the Nicaraguans with the Dominican and the Nicaraguan filler with Honduran fillers and stuff like that. They're really kind of making their cigars hybrids now. They're using different fillers to mix. So, whatever works, whatever makes a great cigar.
The other thing too, Tig, I wanted to show you. Well, we kind of spoke about this a little bit before, but
yep, that's what I do. I smoke cigars and I know things. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Amen to that.
Got that out of the way.
Wow. What a shirt.
Yeah.
Did you buy that yourself or someone buy that for you?
It was given to me, so yeah.
Of course.
It was a gift.
Yeah. That's a good gift. That's a good shirt to wear.
Yep.
Nobody gonna fight. Nobody gonna argue with that shirt. That's one of those non-political, non-religious things that many can agree with. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good to go.
Yeah. All right.
So getting into our program a little bit for tonight, we wanted to talk a little bit about the Antarctic Treaty, which was signed December 1st of 1959.
Yeah. Yeah. And, what do we say about that? Some people call that a conspiracy theory about what might lie beyond the Antarctic wall, the big Great Wall, the ice wall. I got to tell you, what was there was a retired Navy officer who supposedly, he went pretty far into the Antarctica. And, so everybody that's ever seen, if they've even gotten to the farthest section of the Antarctica, has been sworn to secrecy. There's an international treaty that all the nations have about Antarctica. They've got heavy security. You cannot fly or go any further than that wall. And there's areas in Antarctica you
the
can't.
59th parallel or something.
Yeah. So what are they holding secret? What they're obviously they don't want people to see something. There's a secret, folks. And that Antarctica wall, some say there may be a civilization, a whole nother race, a whole nother set of beings that live beyond that wall that have, it's been said, that may have even higher technology than we have. Some say that race is what built the pyramids and built some of these extravagant old structures that have withstood the test of time, because human beings could have never possibly done it with just their hands and the limitations.
Hold up a second. You said something kind of interesting there. Have you been seeing those videos about the pyramids where they're saying that there's 8 cylinders that are 650 feet with the spirals going all the way down, and then at the very bottom they have 2 huge granite like chambers.
Yeah.
So, they're saying that they see this with some topography. I don't know,
So,
Doppler
so
radar shit. So
you got to tell me that ancient slaves did
built
that?
that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
So, and you look at a lot of these structures that you see today that have been around for a long time, and it's like, how could simple people with simple tools have done that? Okay. So there's a lot of theories out there that say that there was a highly technical race that has far more technology than us that has had that for a long, actually a long time, as long as the pyramids have
Right.
existed, that would have maybe built those. I mean, that goes right along the lines with the giants that may have roamed the earth too. They talk about the giants that had roamed the earth at one time also, and now they find
Right.
evidence to support that. But you see, the thing is okay, and so maybe that's why they're finding these unidentified flying objects or something. But see, it kind of goes against uh, my Christian belief of the creation theory. But what are they hiding? What is beyond that wall? And then that gets into the flat earthers and the round earthers too. Um, so I always tell people, I always joke because I don't know why it matters. I don't know why people get so angry at each other like it's politics or something. They get so angry at each other. They call names and they hate on each other for believing the earth is flat or the earth is round. It doesn't really matter. Okay. One day we may all know the truth in that, and it really isn't going to matter then.
Right.
But the fact is, I always, like the kid, I always tell people, I always tell both sides, the earth is flat and round.
Yeah.
I believe in the Bible part of it that describes the earth. It describes as a firmament, like a protective dome. And it kind of, to support that, when you see a full arch rainbow, it makes you wonder. And we'll get into later why I think the space program's garbage.
Yeah.
That pisses a lot of people off too. But
Yeah.
yeah, so what, if anybody's watching this, you're welcome to chat. You're welcome to come in and chime in on what you think about this whole Antarctica treaty and
Right.
what may lie beyond the ice wall,
Yeah. We'd like to know what your thoughts are. And,
because it's
we're
fascinating.
we're on several different platforms this evening. Just so you know, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, and we're also on Rumble. And then we'll be streaming on all your audio stream services.
So yeah,
And by the way, thanks for listening to us on our audio streaming services. I was just sharing with Tig, our numbers are really jumping up, and it looks really good. So
we finally hit over 500 followers. I hope we can get a lot better. It's great. Thanks.
99 for the longest.
Yeah. Thanks to those people that have watched us and continue to watch us. We try to hit a lot of subjects, and we don't always, naturally not everybody's going to agree with us, and some of our stuff is opinions, of course, and we try to add some humor to it, but we try to also hit hard these politicians and stuff and that too. And we do tell some facts, whether people want to believe it or not, but
right.
Yeah, we like to talk the way a lot of people are thinking, and a lot of people would normally talk in regular conversations.
Right.
We kind of lack the filter. We're kind of a no filter
Podcast.
couple guys podcast. Yeah, but
Yeah.
getting back to that ice wall, I you know what? Hey, there's
Ice wall, or is it the Antarctica?
There's a big mystery. Well, that's right there at the edge. And Antarctica, what's the big secret? Why is there a treaty? Why can you not go in certain areas in the Antarctica? Why? What lies beyond the wall, the Arctic wall? Okay, this is something I hope we can find out one day, because it's always had my curiosity. What are they hiding? Why do they had to have a treaty amongst the nations? Why are they stopping people from going as far as they want to go? Because really, don't people have the freedom, if they have the means, to go and explore Antarctica and explore beyond what they're allowed to right now? Why can't they?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like,
they don't care. I mean, they really don't care about
parallel
your
with what they were doing.
safety. They always say it's about safety and all that and security. Bullshit. Come on. They don't give a shit about people's security. If they thought you were going to die going somewhere, what would they care if you die? They don't care if
Right.
people die. But so what are they hiding? That's what I want to know. What are they hiding?
Right. And you know, with Trump in office, and he's supposedly like letting all these you know, secrets, these treasured secrets out, you know, kind of like the RF or the JFK files, and
That's
maybe
nothing
we'll
we
get
didn't even know.
the EPI files one day. And
Yeah. It's
still
kind of,
Bondi's not doing her fucking job.
yeah,
So
I'm kind of, she was talking big, high and mighty about that Epstein file. And then all of a sudden it got shoved under the carpet. Why? What are you
Yeah.
hiding? What are you guys hiding? Okay. Oh, that's right. Because the Clintons and the Obamas and the Bidens are all on that guest list,
right.
along with some of the big shots of Hollywood.
You know, and
Yeah.
there still isn't any indictments. You know, I'm afraid
Oh.
that Donald Trump picked another Bill Barr here, so
Yeah. I'm not too
he
keen.
needs to go back to the drawing board about this.
I think they should have circled the wagons around Gates. I think he would have been a lot better. I think he would have got to the meat and potatoes. I think he would have
Yep.
really, but we'll never know. So, and I
think
don't
you're
know.
right.
I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about Bondi. And you got conservatives everywhere. They're talking high and mighty about her, and I haven't really seen much. I mean, she's done some things, but I mean, you know, not what I would expect, I guess. Especially with the Epstein, she was quick to get the file, and then all of a sudden that got shoved under the carpet. All of a sudden, it's like, why not? Why should we should get to that? People deserve to know. Those kids may never get any justice, but we should at least make an attempt. And we should investigate and indict those people that were on that island, all the big shots.
Every single fucking one of them, you
Would
know.
they do? Would they do? Pay Bondi off already? Is that it? Or threaten her or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe she got a little love letter sent to her.
I don't know. That are some money under the table, because it seems to be a trend nowadays with most of DC.
Yeah. And it's a shame, we can't fucking trust nobody with anything, So
Nope.
it's just like, we get all these high hopes, and we got sucked off pretty good, and saying, oh yeah, she's gonna be a fucking pit bull, or like what you like to say, bulldog.
Yeah, a bulldog's nothing. She should have been a pit bull.
So it's like, just another fucking disappointment.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
All I know is she better not weaken on the Second Amendment. That's for sure.
No, she
They are making headways on that.
A little bit about something the fucking Seventh Circuit judge or court just came out with, and you want to walk on that?
Okay, first of all, these Seventh Circuit court judges, are mostly libtards, and they ought to be disbarred, because what they do is they're trying to misconstrue the Constitution. They don't believe in the Constitution, nor do they stand by the Constitution. They're doing everything to undermine the Trump administration right now, and they're trying to put a halt to certain executive orders. They don't have a right to do that. Okay, so you're the Seventh Circuit, you're judges, all right? You should be disbarred if you're not upholding the Constitution and upholding what the executive. It's the executive branch. They have a right to do what they want to do. Okay, at this
Isn't
point,
the president like the president of the executive and judicial branches? I mean, isn't he like the
executive branch? He's the executive. The executive makes executive decisions for the country. Okay. It'd be different if he was truly doing something unconstitutional, but if the Constitution is there for people to read it, and he's not doing anything unconstitutional. And here's the thing: this Seventh Circuit judge, whoever that person is a dirtbag, came out and said it was basically did not apply to the Constitution. What did not apply to the Constitution, as he put it, or she put it, I don't know who it was. I forget who it was now. I forget if it was a he or she, because there's so many of the dirtbags coming out left and right trying to undermine our Constitution. The Seventh Circuit judge said that short-barreled rifles, and that's any barrel under 16 inches, short-barreled rifles did not apply to the Constitution. Wake up, Judge. I think you're basically, maybe you're that stupid that you don't really know the Constitution, or you're trying to misconstrue it, or trying to convince some dumbasses out there. But I'll tell you what, the Second Amendment, there is no compromise. Actually, the Second Amendment states that basically bear arms.
Well,
There's
what he's
no,
saying, Tig,
we should be able to have fully auto weapons.
is
That's
that
unconstitutional too, that they've banned the autos, the full autos. But the short barrel
right?
rifle, okay, now that's not to say you can get a pistol stock and put it on these shorter barrels and they're fully, because we won that battle the past year with the ATF, them idiots. And we won that battle saying as long as you have a pistol stock on it, it's considered a pistol, so it's perfectly legal. But this judge is saying that anything under 16 inches of a barrel with a regular rifle stock is illegal and unconstitutional. Well, it's a short-barreled rifle, and say you have a 14.5 inch, which is a military barrel for an AR, for an M4. Okay, there's really not difference than the legal barrel of 16 and the 14 and a half. They still have the same ammo and they still have the same range.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is tyrannical. Okay. This is just a power grab. Okay. Short barreled rifles are fully within the Second Amendment. Everything that we can buy or own is well within the Second Amendment. Okay. There is no compromise. There is pretty black and white. And then they try to say, oh, the militia, the militia is not the standing army of the United States. The militia is not our military. Militia is we the people. Okay. It always has been. Read the founding fathers, what they said about it, folks. Okay. Because you'll find that we the people are the militia. We the people are the militia. The military is a standing army. They're separate. Okay. And we had a podcast a while back that explained all this.
Isn't
Okay.
it number 40?
Yeah. Something along that lines.
Yeah.
And, bottom line, short barreled rifles are absolutely constitutional. They absolutely fall into the Second Amendment. This judge is a lunatic, like most Seventh Circuit scumbag, liberal, communist judges, and they ought to be disbarred.
Yeah.
Period. So with that, just like you've got circuit judges are trying to say, oh, well, the ban on transgenders in the military is no good either. That's unconstitutional. Bullshit. Okay. There's only two genders, folks. There's only two genders. What you were born with is what you are. This transgenderism in the military should fall under mental illness. They should not be allowed in the military, period. And the executive decision by Trump to ban them is absolutely correct. And these judges should stop trying to play their shit games and try to put a stop and a halt to that. Just like the one judge who tried to put a stop and a halt to the flight deportations. They flew them in, we can fly them out. Okay. And and this is constitutional. They are illegal. They are criminals. They are not legal citizens. We have the right to deport them. This is a matter of national security. They are considered illegal invaders. We have a right to kick them out. In fact, the people of the United States of America have a right to boot them out too.
Right.
Fully. So
Yeah.
I'm sick of these Seventh Circuit judges. They need to be disbarred. They're crap.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think what Trump needs to do is just put these judges on notice that he's going to continue to make his executive decisions. Whatever he chooses to do is going to be what is done. And, if it goes against Constitution, then he can be checked on it. But if the judges, are making a ruling just because they think that, it should be a one-way street, for the Democrats,
Their opinion.
He needs to tell them to fucking pound sand.
And these so-called Republicans in Congress, they need to step up to the plate too, and they need to back these executive orders.
Yeah, there was just a recent ruling too that really went south. And there was a lot of people on that one. I don't know. I'll dig it up here in a little bit and we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So, are you done with the Antarctic treaty kind of?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of covered it. I mean, as much best as I can. And
Yeah.
my whole thing is we still have questions regarding that.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
you know, it's good to bring it up. It's to get people thinking and stuff. You know, I took some heavy criticism this week. And this is another topic we're going to talk about, I guess, is the SpaceX, the rescue of the astronauts that were stranded for 9 months. You know, I had some people criticizing me because I said the space program, both SpaceX and NASA, are crap. It's garbage. Okay.
Well, do you
The
know
moon
who
landing didn't happen, folks. It
who
was
the
filmed.
founding fathers of NASA are? It's like Walt Disney was one of
Yeah.
them. Aleister Crowley, which was he was like a horror
Commie.
show.
Yeah, he's kind of a communist too.
Yeah.
Look, folks, the moon landing only happened because we were in a Cold War with Russia and competing, and we wanted to be the first. We wanted to win that. We wanted to say that were far more technological, and yet we haven't been on the moon since. And let me tell you something: if Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon, then who was holding the camera when they came down? Those
Right.
spacesuits are phony. The whole
Must have
thing
been a
was
drone.
phony.
A drone filmed them.
I think Steven Spielberg was the director of that film.
And can you imagine traveling in space in that fucking tin foil cover?
They would have burned up going through the atmosphere.
Yeah.
They were burned alive. How
And
are
then
you gonna keep them alive?
they're buggy. I know we talked about this before on a
Piece of
different
shit.
show, but
And the spacesuits were garbage. And what they did is they took combat boots and spray painted them silver. Come on.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? And then okay, they just filmed the rescue, right, of the astronauts that were trapped in space. First of all, that was the most phony AI looking film I've ever seen. Okay.
Yeah, did you see
too much color there?
The dragon came up and had all these freaky looking lights, and it was coming in, and the earth, the earth underneath it was spinning like super fast, and it was like,
well, tell me,
they're approaching this thing at 17,500 miles an hour. That ain't gonna be a fucking good deal.
They would have burned up. Okay, too much heat there. How are they going to survive that? First of all, too, if we're doing about 17,000 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, now why did they say that they were basically, what was it, 250 miles away? And at the rate of 17,000 miles an hour, it took them 29 hours to get 29 hours to get there. What were they walking? I mean,
they're going 17,500 miles an hour.
17,500 miles an hour, and it took them 29 hours to get there at 250 miles. Do the math, folks. How does that happen? And then the lady
doesn't like an airplane fly at like 500 or 450 miles an hour, and
get
from let's
so
say
that
Iowa to Texas in like 5-6 hours or some shit.
Less than that.
Yeah, 4 hours, I think.
Yeah. So do the math, folks. How's that possible? How did that happen? And then the lady astronaut, she came out. If you've seen so-called pictures of her when she was there, gray hair and everything and stuff, and
white as hair, dude.
and then she comes back, and all of a sudden her hair is darker, and she's got a tan and everything else, and her hair's all done up.
And
are you
the other
kidding
thing
me?
is there was like 8. I counted it. I think it was like 8 people in the picture at one time. Now, from my understanding, there's 2 or 3 people on the. Is it 2 people on the space?
According to that, there was 2 people rescued that were there.
Okay, so and then there's 4 people. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I counted someone twice. I don't know, but there was like 8 or 9 people in one of the frames there that I was counting, and I'm like, where did all these people come from?
Yeah. Well, the whole thing just is phony. I don't care. That's my opinion, I guess. And anybody, they want to sit there and call me a bunch of crap like they did on Facebook. Well, you know what? Open up your minds. Have an open mind. stop being so closed-minded and believe in everything you hear and see on video, because they have such high technological videotaping and AI now. They can do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, they clearly filmed the moon landing in 69. Okay, how does the president call up on a corded phone all the way up into space too?
Yeah.
And I still can't figure out how
That's the magical presidential phone.
how if they were only supposed to be up there for a short time and ended up being stuck up there 9 months, how did they get food, 9 months worth of food?
Yeah.
I mean, some people have an answer to that,
And
but
then
I
they
just
also
don't
had
buy it.
presents, like for Christmas presents too.
Yeah, I just don't buy it. I don't buy any of it. I don't buy our space program. One thing I disagreed with Trump is when he created Space Force, because I was like, why do you need Space Force? Can't the Air Force do the same type of work? You know,
Yeah.
it's a joke. Most of your astronauts were once like Navy pilot and Air Force pilots and
Do
stuff.
you notice, Tig, that Trump doesn't talk about Space Force a whole lot? I mean, I don't
No.
think he spoke about it once.
What are they even doing?
Yeah.
What are they even doing? What are
Hey,
they doing that the Air Force can't do?
right. Uh, what are your mid smoke impressions?
It's a pretty solid cigar. It is. I mean, it's got everything I said it had in it. You know, you can taste some leather. I don't really taste a whole lot of cocoa. I taste some earthly scents. I taste the black pepper, and not so much the black pepper anymore, though. A lot of leather and earth tones to it. Um, it has good draw. It's evenly burning. So yeah, right now it's a pretty solid cigar. It does hold. I mean, it was a 5-star cigar. They did say it was really highly rated, really good cigar, and I believe them. I mean, obviously I don't think nothing badly of it. I mean, if you guys, any of you advanced cigar smokers, want to try that Jamie Garcia Reserva Special put out by My Father Cigars. I mean, My Father's a heavy brand. I
My
mean,
fathers are incredibly good.
yeah, so I mean, I recommend it but I don't recommend it for beginning people that are
No.
starting out smoking cigars. It's
Yeah,
too
you
it's
do.
too heavy for them. So
Yeah, KO, like I always say, man, you can't go wrong. This is still holding really solid with the flavors. I'm still getting that raisin and spice, taste. I'm also getting little hints of caramel.
yeah, KO is a good cigar. All their cigars are good. So
And it also does really nice smoke rings, just like the Soul was doing. I was popping those out before in the last episode. So
yeah, so they're a pretty solid cigar. So yeah, so let's see. What do we have? Do we have anything? We covered a lot of stuff that we wanted to cover. I got a lot of news here too.
you want to just go into trending news and we'll kind of fiddle fart around with that a little bit?
Yeah, we can do that.
Or did you have anything else in mind that you?
No, not really. I got statements. I got little news clips here I want to talk about because it covered everything we pretty much want to talk about. Now I got some really like little news clips here. Did you hear about the Doge shutting down the USIP? Evidently, there were 60 employees, and they were making 6 figures, and they're in a 9-story building of their own. And the building had like showers in their offices and oil paintings of each person painted by the one guy's wife or whatever. They didn't do a thing. They didn't do nothing. They sat there and basically made big time money for not doing much. They're called the Institute of Peace, and evidently, it's coming out that they were involved in some money laundering too. And people are all up in arms, mostly liberals, about the Doge wanting to shut them down. Well, hey, we got too much wasteful spending in this country. So it's a good thing that they did that, and I think they should be calling all these stupid little agencies on their wasteful spending crap and shut them down.
Well, now you brought up Doge. That was the article I came across. There was like, I don't know, I think 17 different Republicans and Democrats that were against. They're coming out with a bill that they want to try to stop Elon Musk from doing any more Doge. And if he is finding all this corruption and wasteful spending and abuse and fraud, why do these people want it to stop?
Yeah, because they're guilty.
The gravy train is going away, is what it is.
Yeah, the gravy train's going away, and they're guilty. They could be indicted for taking kickbacks illegally and money laundering.
Where's
Yeah,
Bondi?
she should be stepping up. Yeah, she should be stepping up. FBI, Cash Patel, they ought to be doing some investigations. Yep. The thing is, too, is they keep complaining about Elon Musk wasn't elected. Okay, he was appointed, and he's not calling the shots like they say he's calling the shots. He's taking his findings and he's making recommendations only to the president, and then the president makes the executive decisions based on the recommendations. So he's not really making any executive decisions or legislative moves whatsoever. He's just investigating, he's finding the corruption and the fraud, and he's just reporting it back to the Trump administration and saying, here's my findings, here's my recommendations. So you libtards need to just shut the fuck up. Period.
Yeah.
Bunch of scumbags, bunch of shitbags.
Get him, Tig.
Radical liberal dirtbags. Speaking of radical liberal dirtbags, how come Chuck Schumer, he should be actually, for what he recently said, he should be actually brought up on some charges for inciting violence against Republicans voters, because he targeted New York, and he recently was saying basically if conservative voters don't change their votes, they will face consequences and we will stop them. So now you're trying to interfere with conservatives casting votes, Chuck Schumer, and then you're saying they're going to face consequences and you're going to fight them. Okay, Chuck, you know what? You asshole, retire. You're a corrupt son of a bitch, too, that's been taking kickbacks for years and taking in taxpayer dollars. You know what? You're a dirtbag. You're an evil man, and you should be indicted as well.
Yeah,
period.
He's a fucking turd bag.
Yeah. So, along with the Pelosi's and that. So, did you?
Yeah, like everything the leftists touch, it turns to shit, and it just the list is a mile fucking long.
Yeah.
When Jimmy Carter purchased a teachers' union endorsement in 1979, by establishing the Department of Education, the USA was #1 in education.
Yeah,
And
until
now
then,
we're fucking last.
Reasons why the
After
Department of
3
Education.
trillion.
Reasons why the Department of Education should have been taken down.
Yeah, long ago.
Yeah.
Well, Ronald Reagan wanted to bring it down, like you had mentioned before.
I got some Iowa news.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Secretary of State of Iowa did an audit, which all 50 states should do audits on elections. All 50 states should be doing this. He did an audit and found 277 non-citizens either voted or were registered to vote. This is why we need to get rid of these illegal punks. They don't have a right to vote in this country, period.
Right.
And that's why the Democrats want to keep them here. So there you have it.
Yeah. That judge who wanted to keep the illegals, from getting flown down to El Salvador.
Yeah.
He was appointed by Bush and he's also a Yale Skull and Bones member.
Of course. Along with Bush, the Bush family were Skull and Bones members at Secret Society, and they belonged to Yale. And so was John Kerry, by the way, that traitor. So, yeah, they're all one club. Imagine that. Yeah, bunch of dirt bags. They ought to. I could go on forever. I could call them names forever, but it'd be the truth too. It wouldn't just be name calling. Right. So, here's another funny story. Governor Tim Walz, that sore loser, that creepy tampon Tim dirtbag. He said he believes he could kick he could kick most of Trump supporters. He could kick their ass, most Trump supporters. Then the WWE legend Kane stepped up and basically he's 7 foot tall, 300 pounds, and basically said, "Hey, I'll fight you." You know, and he's the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. So he issued a challenge for Mr. Walls.
Why don't you issue one? You could beat his dumbass.
This could be a great ticket for like boxing or the UFC, Dana White. Issue a challenge. Okay. We're going to have as the main event Kane. He can be in his Kane outfit too. He wore an outfit with a mask. He could fight Tim Walls in a no holds barred fight. And the undercard could be me and Eric Swalwell.
Get him, Tig.
That traitor commie bastard. And that challenge,
Fang.
I have never dropped that challenge to fight that guy. So hey, there's a double ticket right there.
Yeah.
Free showing. Everybody watch, the whole nation get to watch that card. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Let's do it. Let's do it, Dana. Let's do it.
Yep. Get Tig on the ticket.
But Eric Swalwell's is a coward. And so is Tim Walls, and you know damn well they would never take the challenge. They would always back down because that's what liberals do. The only way liberals have any kind of courage is when they do it in numbers. Rioters. Numbers.
Did you see Trump drop the what do you call it? The security clearances to Clinton, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Biden's.
Yeah.
Vindman, that piece of shit, Vindman. And in fact, Kash Patel, he's urging the prosecution of Democrat Alexander Vinderman for purportedly leaking a phone call to undermine the president.
Should be open season on these folks. Oh, and by the way, that auto pen. Okay, they should investigate that of Biden because most of the things he did not actually sign himself. So that means those people that got pardoned are going to jail.
Yeah.
Because he was not a real president. They need to look at that too, because it was clearly rigged. I don't care what you liberals still hang on to. It was clearly rigged, and Biden didn't actually sign half the stuff himself. So therefore, null and void, and everything should be reversed, including those pardons.
Yeah. In other news, also, General Mike Flynn calls on AG Pam Bondi to make arrest after an email revealed that USAID ordered employees to shred documents.
Mm-hmm.
What is she doing? What Trump? What is she doing?
Yeah, she needs to
we
start
mandated a difference, and this difference isn't happening. You need to get on her fucking ass and kick it really hard.
She needs to start doing her job.
Bar shit ain't gonna fly.
Yeah, she needs to start doing her job now. Investigations and indictments, period. You got a stack of them, Bondi. Start going through them.
Yep.
Hey,
did you mandated?
Trump recently in an interview in a podcast, he said too, and like I said, we'll see it when we believe it, but we'll believe it when we see it. He said if he successfully balances the budget, he will eliminate income tax on all households making under $100,000 a year.
I thought it was 150,000.
Well, something like that, but still.
You know what that is? That's that carrot dangling out there because, what is that?
Where's that 5,000 if you can save $2 trillion for everybody?
What is the national debt? It's like 4 trillion.
Yeah. Like, trillions.
How?
Yeah. Don't get people's hopes up high. We're sick of government always saying stuff and not doing it. When we were in the military, we heard rumor upon rumor upon rumor, and we always said, don't ever believe a rumor until you've actually firsthand see it or hear it in firsthand, and it becomes a fact. Okay, so I don't believe this. We're going to say we're going to eliminate taxes and on income tax on people, and we're going to give $5,000 to every household.
Yeah.
If we could save
don't say it.
Nonsense. Don't even say it. Do it. And if you're not going to do it, don't even say it. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it unless it's fact.
Yeah, I mean,
Period.
America's been bullshitted for too long.
Way too
The
long.
fucking Democrats are just notorious for bullshit,
Yeah.
and
We don't
we
need the
don't need to
Republicans doing it.
yeah, we don't need to hear this.
Yeah. So, hey, Bull, did you want to talk about? You sent me that clip too. You want to talk about the Muslims and Sharia law and how the one recently married an 8-year-old girl?
An
Stinking,
8-year-old kid.
stinking pedophiles. You
Yeah.
wonder why the Democrats are why they like the Muslims coming over here and why they don't
Well,
mind Sharia law.
this actually happened in the UK.
Yeah, this
And
is
the UK
disgusting.
is being overran by these fucking Muslims that
Yeah.
are just
Well,
radicals.
we'd be next. That's why
Oh
we got to
yeah.
kick them all out of here.
If Kamala would have won, we would have been. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We would
This
have
is
been overran.
Now there is some decent Muslims, as we know, but radical Sharia law is a crime against humanity. It is
Right.
nasty. These are pedophiles. Okay, they have no business marrying children. And furthermore, for all you radical Islamic people that want to cut heads off of Christians everywhere, maybe we should be cutting your dicks off for your pedophilia. How about that?
Because you're sick fucks.
Fucking bunch of sick bastards, dirt bags. We gotta line you all up and have a new crusade. Whoops, did I say that?
Yeah. So, what's your impression? Are you still smoking good there?
Yeah, it's hanging in there. It's a long lasting cigar. So you pay your money for a good cigar and you want it to last. This puppy will last you. Of course, I do a lot of talking and I
Yeah.
pull that cigar out of my mouth. So naturally, I'm just trying to make it last the show, the program.
Right.
Normally I'd probably have it gone by now. So, but it is a good, long-lasting cigar.
Good.
It's solid. It's solid, folks. It's worth the penny, every penny that you'll pay for it. So, you know,
Yeah,
have
those are a
at,
little spendy.
mhm.
These KOs,
Have at
these
it, folks.
Fasas, these are like $6 and $7. I think right around 7 or
Well, they're worth
7.
every bit of their Kales are worth every bit of the money you pay for them too.
Oh yeah.
They're good solid cigars. I've never smoked. I have never had a bad Kale
Yeah,
cigar.
they got like the flatheads and they got the
Yeah, those are good. Ape
yeah,
hangers, the motorcycle, the gearhead
yeah,
ones. Those are
those
good.
are
Those
good
are good
too.
cigars. They're box pressed too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but and the KO has all these international ones too, like the Brazilian, the Colombians, the
Right.
Americano ones. And those are good too. I mean, they're all good cigars. You can't go wrong with KO. That's a good cigar for any cigar smoker, beginner, intermediate, advanced, experienced cigar smokers. They're just a solid cigar all around. They're good for everybody.
Yeah.
They're a good cigar. If somebody hands me a KO, says, "Here, have this KO," I'm grateful because
Yeah.
they gave me a really nice, good cigar. It's a good gift.
Hey, what are your impressions on this? These people who are attacking the Tesla dealers and cars. I
Well,
saw one libtard. He was like digging in his ass and pulling shit out of his butthole and wiping it on a car.
these people are mentally ill.
That's fucking extremely
There's
mentally ill.
there is a guy who wasted $80,000 on a Tesla only to destroy it. I
And
mean,
then
are
he
you
probably tried to claim it on insurance or some
you're
shit.
a total nut job. Well, he's on
It's fraud.
film, so he can't claim shit. But these people, not only are they radically nuts because at first they loved the Teslas and now they hate them.
Right.
And see, this is the double standard and the hypocrisy that they have. I also have a theory that some of these people destroying by arson, destroying these Teslas and these dealerships, I have a theory that they're paid for patsies by Soros and the
Oh yeah.
Democrat Party. And that's my theory there. I was a little hard on Bondi because at first she was saying they should be all charged with terrorism. And I think the problem is after 9/11, the country decided that we were going to have just about everything be terrorism. And that's a serious charge. That's worse than a charge of assault or a charge of vandalism or arson. Terrorism is a serious charge. And I was saying to myself, well, Okay, if you burn a car, if you light it on fire and destroy it, that's arson. If you destroy with a blunt object a car, that's vandalism. So why would you charge them with terrorism? Well, I guess normally you should not. Okay, but they're going after dealerships now,
Right.
and you know, if people are going to get hurt or something in any way, then yeah, you probably have to give them a terrorist charge.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean,
You know, the thing is, all she needs to do is bust one of them and send them down to El Salvador to that CCAO,
oh man,
and that'll stop it. Period.
wow.
Stop it cold, right in its tracks. It will be stopped if they know that they're going to go there. So
Well, I
they
think
need
they're
to
good.
do it. They need to set examples.
I think they are going to start setting an example for some of these people.
Yeah.
So you hear about the one that he burned, he lit the Tesla on fire, and he lit himself on fire too. That's a fuck around find out, isn't it?
Dumbass.
Sir, if you don't have any experience in military and doing demos and exploding and blowing up shit and blowing up vehicles and stuff, you have no business trying to commit arson, trying to blow up or burn a vehicle, because if you're that stupid to get yourself caught on fire, you deserve everything you get. I mean, idiot. Good. I don't care.
Idiot.
Burn yourself. That's, you know, that's poetic justice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yes. Tonight we're streaming on Rumble, or on YouTube and Twitch.
Huh.
So people, go ahead and Patriots, I should say,
Patriots.
tell others about us, and you know, spread the word.
Yeah, and get involved in some of our conversations here too. When we have a live viewing, usually it's on Sunday nights. When we have a live viewing, get on board, make some comments, ask some questions, get involved.
Yeah.
We would love to have a conversation with any of you. Really.
Yeah, and you can also catch us on audio streaming on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Media, and just about every other streaming service.
Yeah.
Heck, I've been seeing a lot of what was the big one? I think it was oh, I can tell you here in a second. What did we get the big one number through? Google Play was another
Google
big
Play?
one. And then there was a couple Alexas. Yeah, so I mean we've been popping up pretty good all over the map too. So
Okay. You know what? My girlfriend Michelle reminded me to make a statement, and I think it's hilarious. I posted it, as a matter of fact, on Facebook. Elon Musk should purchase Harley Davidson. I doubt the libtards would have the guts to vandalize them. That's right. Fuck what the bikers wants, you libtards. Go ahead. I would love to see Elon Musk actually buy Harley Davidson and see if these idiots burning Teslas would go after the bikers and their bikes, because you'd really find out the hard way then, folks.
yeah.
You fuck around, you'd really find out what bikers will do if you try to destroy their motorcycles.
Especially,
That's a good point.
Now the bikes are like 50 grand.
Oh, they're expensive.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
expensive as fuck. And you know, I mean, yeah, just for a motorcycle, a two-wheel.
I have a lot invested in mine, and it's not even a brand new bike.
Yeah.
So, you know, we invest. Us guys, when we buy our Harleys, we take care of them, we invest in them and stuff, and we get them to a personal, the way we like them personally. We put a lot into them. We love our motorcycles.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, any of them libtards ever came near our motorcycles and tried to destroy them, we'd destroy you.
Yeah. And, you know, don't think that we're pushing violence, because we're very peaceful. You know, the Republicans and the conservatives, I should say, we're very, you know, peaceful, but you push us, you know,
Yeah.
you'll find out real quick.
I mean, there's not too many Tesla owners out there that are going to fight back like the Harley Davidson owners would.
Right. Right.
I mean, you know, you don't want to mess with the bikers, man. You know, especially the clubs.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah. So, yeah. You the libtards, I don't see Elon Musk ever buying Harley Davidson,
No,
but
I don't either.
it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? It'd be real interesting to see what the libtards try then.
Yeah.
You know, you liberals out there, or you anti-Trumpers out there, chill out. Really, I mean, you're all nuts. Relax,
You know,
relax. They're trying to save you some money here.
that's the
Relax.
biggest thing I come to know about these liberals. They still haven't changed their minds about anything. They think that they are, right about everything,
Wow.
and they still think this.
They are mentally ill. Seriously. They have lost their minds ever since 2020, ever since actually the COVID shutdowns and the vaccines and the masking. They totally lost a screw. A lot of them did, because liberals, Democrats, they had their ways about them. Yeah, they're radical, and they we disagreed with a lot of them and stuff, but they've really gotten a lot worse over the years. They have really gotten way, way out of line, way off,
Absolutely.
way off the
Reservation.
the reservation. Yeah, so I mean, jeepers. It's crazy, man. We need to open up some institutions and start institutionalizing these whack jobs. They need they should get some shock treatment to the brain. They should bring that back.
To that?
Well, it was considered inhumane, and so they stopped having it done. But some of these liberal whack jobs, the trannies and all that, they need it. They need it done. I mean, they need to be institutionalized too. They're just whacked.
Final impression on your cigar?
Well, like I said, it's a good cigar. You're going to taste the black pepper in it. So if you don't like black pepper, you may not want this. It's not real strong, but you can get a hint of black pepper. You get a hint of cocoa, and you get some leather, some earthly tones. It is a full body. It is a very strong cigar. So like I said, if you're not used to strong cigars, I don't recommend it. If you're an experienced cigar smoker, by all means, pick up a Jamie Garcia, or even a My Father cigar, because that's the same company.
Yeah, My Father will probably be a little more relaxed, more of a medium body.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on which one you get, but for the most part, those My Fathers are exceptional smokes as well. CAOs, like we said.
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say. Awesome.
Yeah, so that's about all I have, really.
What's your final word, bud?
My final word is always my final word. If you're not if you're not suspicious or a little paranoid, then you are not prepared.
Yeah.
Folks. No fear. Fear not.
Stay strapped or get clapped, folks.
Fear not. He is always with you.
Yep. Thanks for following us on Stars, Bars, and Cigars, and catch us on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, Podbean, Podchaser, iHeartMedia, all sorts of different streaming services. We're all over Alexa. So yeah, give us a follow. And
thank you to our current viewers.
Yep, we appreciate y'all.
Spread the word. Spread the word. Give us a shot.
Yeah, with that, we're gonna scoot.
Yep, we're gonna scoot on out of here.
Have a good one.
Take it easy.
You've been listening to Stars, Bars, and Cigars. Two conservative vets telling it like it is. The rally cry for those who appreciate bold truths, served with a side of mayhem.
Roger, outside, disciple 4, copies all. We'll keep them sweating until we see Butcher 3. Out.
We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. And if you didn't, well, why are you still here, Snowflake? We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, follow us on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and hear our precious voices on all the streaming services. Until next time, keep the spirit of freedom roaring.